I should have mailed my podcast to the Marx Brothers. The Pickled Punks podcast.
The last quarter of the movie kind of illustrated the anal? Whoa! The alien attack that is happening, I guess, on the world or in that city. And I found in this, I don't want to open up too big of a question here, but in most space movies or movies about space that aliens are attacking, they generally attack the cities first. I don't necessarily think that's a good idea. If I'm an alien attacking a world, I need a place of staging. I need a staging point where I can have ships come in, come out without having to battle infrastructure. I would be like in Iowa. If I was attacking a planet.
What?
Yeah, I would start in Iowa so I can make a total staging point where I can land aircraft and have an area to work from.
You attack infrastructure.
I don't know why you might. What do you? Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just giving an alternative concept.
You would attack somebody's ability to build things. You would. I mean, I don't know what's in Iowa. Corn, is that really important that we stop the corn flow?
So I think what John is looking
from a military
for
standpoint, maybe
is having a staging area, getting boots on the ground, rather than
they can fly anywhere.
Well, yeah, I think he's forgetting about that. He's saying
you got to fuel up someplace.
Take a small area with no resistance as your staging base, and then use that to attack the larger areas.
Exactly.
I think you lose your element of surprise there, because although you are only attacking farmers, with the way the internet works now, people would probably figure out something was happening. And as Brad was pointing out, they have spaceships, so they can pretty much be in the atmosphere and then come down, rain hell on a city, and then go back to a place where we can't reach them at. So being on the ground, I think, would be your last resort.
I don't think so. Let me continue this argument.
A bombing campaign first.
So you're saying that it's better for you to float around in an airship and then have to refuel, and exiting the atmosphere, which requires a lot of extra energy, and going out of the atmosphere, and then come back down, or
who's refueling?
Okay,
maybe they feed off of human bodies.
I don't know if you're watching the same movie, but we're talking about spaceships that appear to be made out of giant alien monsters.
Yeah, they were alive.
Robotic dogs, the ability to dispense gas that turns people into Jabba the Hutt-looking people who smash their heads against glass, and the fact that you can fly. At this point, if you've managed to transport something like that from one area of space to another, then I don't think fuel is your number one concern.
Don't come in my bunker, John. You're not welcome in my bunker.
It's all pegged to resources. So I'm just saying that this is just an idea. I've never invaded another planet. But like having a staging point where you're not exiting and entering an atmosphere, where you can actually, work within an environment that you can launch attacks from, it might be easier to do that locally than from space to the planet, back to space.
But you're trying to eliminate an enemy.
Which is an enemy that sprawls the entire planet.
So you got to go for the population spots, right?
From what I got from the movie.
I'm saying a population spot's a good second attack, not a primary attack. Primary attack, establish a foothold on an area that doesn't have a lot of population, so you have space to build from. And then from there, go straight to the city populations.
Norman Schwarzkopf, you ain't.
And from what I inferred from the movie, it appeared to be an attack of devastation, to where they hit it, they wiped it out in one shot, and then they were going around mopping up survivors.
It's like your sex game. Hit it and quit it.
A reaction in that sense. It seems out in farmland of Louisiana seems a very minor target. Why would they designate that ship? And according to the sound she heard, it passed over several times. Why would there be such heavy alien presence in that relatively unpopulated area? That didn't seem plausible to me. You'd think they'd focus on bigger. So I guess I disagree with you. I think they would focus on gassing big cities.
Yeah. Why would you go after one individual person running around?
I think you're missing my point. I'm not saying that you enter into a rural area and that's the only place you focus on. I'm saying that my first establishing attack wouldn't be on New York City. It would be in a very rural area where I can stage forces, which then can from that area get to New York City and then retreat back to that very rural area, as opposed to going back into space and then.
But you have a spaceship you can stage in the atmosphere. You don't need to land anywhere.
But going from Iowa to New York requires, let's say, 30 fuel units. From going from Iowa to space back to New York, or even just from New York to space back to New York, we're talking like 60 units.
Oh my God.
I'm saying, come on.
So strap your brain on this.
60 units.
They've got spaceships.
Check our website for the chart of units.
Which means they can launch a devastating attack without ever leaving orbit.
That's another possibility.
They've already done their devastating attack. They're not in rural Louisiana because they're establishing a base, and they're not flying down to New York City to nuke New York City from 10 feet off the ground. They've done that. They've dropped their rocks from up in the upper in orbit, and after they've hit that initial devastation, where now all that's left are the stragglers who could potentially put together a rebel army armed with Molotov cocktails that if you throw down the throat of a flying alien spaceship will cause you to blow up.
Okay,
those are the stragglers are looking for now.
So in a way, without being specific, you've entered into a third argument, which is not fly ships over New York and attack. You're saying attack from an outer orbit, or even just
you don't even have to be in like the vicinity. Send a rock down.
That's great. That's another idea.
We're sending the rock down.
Okay, so in summary,
I'll stop by John Cena.
I'll wrap this conversation up in the sense that, like,
wrap it up.
In most space attack movies, you have a ship that comes into the atmosphere, stages themselves over a major city, and attacks that city. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is that I agree with Jim and the idea that you could attack it from space and not even enter the atmosphere. Or my initial thought was that make a staging point on the planet that isn't in a major city and attack from there. But the idea of like flying in, attacking in a very close adjacent area to the city seems like not the best strategy. Either attack from space or make a stand,
as opposed to attacking from space, you're going to land all of your spaceships, get out, walk over to the city, and throw sticks at them. I mean, why give up your strongest advantage?
When John goes to war, I'm on a different team.
Team Earth. I think the great advantage that the aliens have over us is the element of surprise. And if you stage in Iowa,
not if you're John Goodman,
you're inviting and allowing a coordinated military response, which otherwise you would deny to the humans by attacking major population centers, surprisingly.
And that was the first thought I had as well. But the reason why, and we can move on to another topic.
No, we should stay with this.
The reason why I kind of trace back from that is because generally speaking, there aren't major military bases within the city centers. Most of them are on the outskirts of city centers.
You mean like Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which has a very large military complex?
But not like in the middle of the city.
Well, no, but there's a lot of people in the city.
Yeah, they were defending the people.
The people they're not armed with military grade weapons. Most of the military bases aren't in the city centers.
I've got at least 3 military grade weapons underneath my couch. So don't underestimate the people. And we're talking Louisiana. They have very pro-gun rules.
I'd prefer an airship in an attack an alien than you with your,
airship.
Well, once you've landed all of your spaceships and decided to trudge over after setting up your ground base, then you're susceptible to my military grade weaponry.